Hey everyone, so on this episode I'm going to tell you the story of Junkyard Wars. Now Junkyard Wars is an idea that the owner of Thunder Valley Raceway in Oklahoma came up with. The idea is you buy a car from a junkyard or Craigslist or wherever under $500. You can mod it as much as you want, put a turbo on it, nitrous, whatever you want to do, as long as the total value of that car doesn't exceed $500. Then the idea is everyone meets at Thunder Valley Raceway and has a drag race. You get 5 runs, take the average of those 5 runs, and whoever has the lowest wins. And there's a class for turbo cars, nitrous cars, and naturally aspirated. So a couple months ago, the gang decided they wanted to do this. JT gave me a call and said, let's go get a car. Our buddy Jeremy had a Grand Prix rotting in his backyard. The transmission had gone out in it and he wanted $200 for it. So we went and picked it up.
Is it totally shot? Better?
Oh yeah. 36 is I don't want to be.
So JT is our best tuner of the group. And he thought we could put a turbocharger on this car and he could tune it and we could get it to run all right and not blow up. First on the list was to rebuild that transmission that had burned out a couple years ago.
Okay, now remove the vacuum modulator.
Already did that.
Okay, remove the modulator valve from the transaxle case bore using a magnet.
Now Brandon is the best fabricator of the group and we used his shop for building this car most of the time.
What was your time?
No time.
It was also Brandon's idea to chop the back of the car off to lose a couple hundred pounds and make the car faster.
What?
Now Watts is the most camera shy of the group. He spent most of the time building the cage in this car.
The edge of that, like right there. Well, maybe like a ½ inch back or drop down. Right there.
Perfect, man.
How's the height? Is that better?
Well,
you're still short.
What?
I like that.
don't bend it.
Escape hatch?
Yeah.
So what are y'all building? What is this?
Fuel cell.
This is a 2.9 gallon fuel cell.
Okay.
Minus pump and innards.
Otherwise I'm gonna mess it up. Is this cage gonna work, dude?
And Troy's got the biggest beard of the group by far.
I'm not sure.
I don't think it is. Thought I was gonna be hit for saying that. You're screwed. I'm doing all the hard work over here.
Watts found an old turbocharger that he had laying around off a diesel truck, and after a couple days of work, it was time to finally see if this thing would start.
That looks good.
The what setup?
Gauge set up.
Oh yeah. See if I'll start now.
I ain't even got seatbelts. You got seatbelts?
No.
No.
Where's the release for the parking brake?
It's probably one of those you push with your foot.
Go.
Yeah, like that. Alright, let's just get to where we're going. You got the lights?
So as these things go, the car gets finished after midnight and we decide to take it out for its first test hit in between some abandoned warehouses.
Hey, Unlock it.
Oh, lucky. How's the first hit?
Felt all right. A little slow, but started back to boost. I don't know. I want a boost gauge.
It sounded noisy. Did the door lock again on its own?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So JT makes 3 test hits, and while he's making a U-turn to come back, something breaks in the car and all the transmission fluid leaks out. Turns out the differential broke apart, blew a hole in the transmission. So we were done for the night.
I just can't fucking get to it. That's all there is to it. My hands are too fucking fat or something. I don't know. I give up. I can't do it. You don't want to be filmed.
How did it feel on your test hits?
Felt like a turd.
Did it?
Yeah.
Why?
Popping and banging and bottoming out the wideband at 9.0.
Oh yeah. There's not supposed to be a hole there. Ooh, it's chewed up. Finding pieces. We're broke.
Oh, put a hole in the side of the trans.
On pass number 3?
Right,
Not even during a pass. It was coming back from the passes.
Just turning?
Yeah, just turning. We don't have no boost gauge.
What RPM did you hit?
Like 4,500.
4,500. What gear did you get into?
First.
So after a couple days of work, the car was fixed again, and we took it out to make some more test runs. But you could tell the car was just not making any boost. It was making no power.
I heard some boost.
And it turns out that old turbocharger that Watts had found didn't even spin. The shaft was bent, it made no power. So that turbo was trashed. So Brandon got online that night and ordered a $140 knockoff Chinese turbocharger. We had no idea if the thing was going to work or not. So we went out, we bolted it on, went back out to test, and the thing worked. It sounded like a jet engine, so the car was ready to go.
It lit that oil on fire though.
Dude, I'm not sure about the racing and doing it in third.
Water too.
Especially once it was going good. Like, out of roll, it's pretty sick.
Are you ready?
So Grant's the 4th driver for the race, and he invited his friend with a new Mustang to come out so we could race the car against it and see how it ended up.
Yeah.
Field banner. Grant is excited to be driving the field banner. Car.
So Grant races his buddy's Mustang and only loses by a car length or so. So we know the car is pretty quick.
Slowly moving up there, but it was building so much boost, I was surprised that it was still
When did it finally shift? 60
No.
or something?
40, 55.
55, right where it needs to, honestly. I mean, it ran great that time.
What about the 1-2? Oh, here's it. 4,800 in third. 96 miles an hour.
That thing is rolling, man.
Is that the best pass it felt?
It felt great
the
that
best
time.
It looked like the best.
So it's time to load it up and head to Oklahoma. So we get to Thunder Valley, and I had no idea what to expect because the car wasn't really decorated at all. It was just still white. We show up, and the cars were hilarious. People had gone crazy with the spray paint, putting wings on the back, painting the tires, all kinds of crazy stuff. So everyone at the race named our car the 3/4 Grand Prix since we chopped the back of the car off. There were about 70 cars entered in the race, and Grant was the first up.
If it starts to scoot, hey, if it starts to scoop, Brandon, if it starts to scoop forward, come grab it.
How do you think you're gonna do, man? Are you ready?
I hope I run better than last time.
All right, dude.
I'm hoping for 12s, but we know we'd be in the 13.
Right.
Grant was going up against a yellow Thunderbird, team name Mother Cluckers. So Grant clocks off a 15:32 at 88.46 miles an hour. But we were too concerned about the left lane car spinning out and almost crashing into the side of Grant. But luckily, the Mother Cluckers got it back under control, didn't hit anyone, and it was good pass.
You can run better than a 15 like Grant just did?
Yeah, we'll be mid-12 this pass.
Mid-12.
Mid-12, he
All right.
said, yeah.
Brandon's claiming a mid-12 on his pass.
All right. Left side of the racetrack. That is still given. And they're off to a pretty good start today. 14-second run, maybe. We're behind 13. 14.95. Uh-oh.
We knew the car had more in it. It was stumbling a lot. Something wasn't quite right. This thing should be more in the 13s instead of a 15.
Oh, yeah.
What's the word?
And it's not
What
reading
happened,
it all.
man?
That's a good point.
We don't know yet.
That's a good point.
There, look at it. It's all fucked up. The pipe's hitting it. It's not using all the mass airflow sensor. That pipe's shoved in that wheel too far. Oh, we need a 10. Huh?
Yeah, we'll
Hey,
break
Cat Jacqueline, get my bag.
So what happened?
Well, sir, it got on out there and started popping, banging, sound like piston's gonna fall out the bottom of this thing. Then all of a sudden, picked up, started running good, and then had to get on the brake, shut her down. But it's hitting the mass airflow sensor,
Oh, and it's messing
and we're
up
only
the
using that much of the mass airflow.
So after we found out the pipe was smashed into our mass airflow sensor, JT thought the car would be fixed and we'd run in the 13.
Think you got it figured out?
Let's hope so, man.
What are you gonna run?
Let's go for another 1340.
1340. Well, he said he was gonna be in the 12s.
I was, but it was at the wrong point in time. See, I was at 1265 with 1,000 foot. That's what I meant to say. 1,000 foot.
Okay. Yeah, good.
Down come the
All right,
line.
good
I
luck.
was only 1/10 off from my prediction.
Yeah.
Folks trying to... Over in the right lane, that is 3/4 of a Grand Prix. 3/4 of a Grand Prix, averaging about a 15:10. And the Eldorado, 23 seconds on their first pass, 14 on their second. At that rate, this is going to be a 7-second run.
So JT was right, the car was running better. He clocked off a 1377. So after 3 runs, our running average was somewhere around a 14.6. Now from looking at some other cars, we knew there were some high 13-second averages, so we were still a little ways off from being in the running.
What's up, man?
What's up?
13.7?
At 106,
Nice.
spit something out.
Yeah, we got a little coolant going. Let's check.
Yeah, it got hot coming back on the return road.
You got hot?
Hours ago.
What?
Let's check the coolant level after it cools off.
Did it spray the coolant going down the track?
At the big end, but I think it was all just on the windshield.
You okay? Are you all right?
I don't know.
Low as shit. Took the bunch out or something.
Oh, that looks good.
Go on the ground and it didn't come out the exhaust.
Well, some of it went on the windshield, that's for sure.
So while we were getting the car filled back up with antifreeze, a poor girl crashed into the wall during one of her runs. Now she was okay.
Liquids pouring out from underneath the car. So once again, guys, the young lady driving the car is A-okay. That's always the best news, especially when you're driving a $500 car, because nobody cares about that.
All right, dude, what are you gonna run, man? What's your prediction?
Do better than a 16.
You got a 16 at the last race?
Yep. Yeah.
You're not gonna make the bold claim of running 11s like JT did?
No, no, not with my abilities.
I mean, you got this.
Good luck, brother. Kick ass.
All right, there's 3/4 of a Grand Prix. He's had a pretty good day, but he's gonna get down to the 13-second range, maybe. No, 14-12, and he gets the.
14-12 at 101 miles an hour. So that brought our running average to a 14.5, which was pretty good. Now most of the teams have 4 drivers. I was not supposed to be one of the drivers. I was just there to film and cheer the guys on. Brandon made the call. He wanted to give me a run in the car. I kind of wanted Brandon or Grant to go run again since they got a 15 since the car wasn't running right. But Brandon said, no, you're going, get in. He had another trick up his sleeve. He unhooked the wastegate on the turbo. So instead of limiting the turbo to 15 pounds, it would go to 20, 25, whatever it would do. And I knew the car was gonna blow up, and I didn't want that on me. So I was a little worried, but it was the last run of the day, so we figured let's go for it. It's the hero run. Now remember, the guys have been driving this car for weeks, testing it, tuning it, so this was my first time in the car. I had no idea what to expect, but it took 4 seconds before I was able to go full throttle. The thing was spinning, it had so much power. I didn't know if the run was fast or not until I got the time slip.
Yeah, dude. Oh, shit. 12,977, boy. Oh, this thing's the shit. Woo! Yes. That was awesome, man. It's not overheating. It's perfect, dude. That was awesome, dude.
And that was the end of our timed runs. So out of 5 runs, our running average was about a 14.2. We had no idea where that would put us in the running. The last hour of the day, they opened the track up for you to call people out and do some grudge racing. We spotted another Grand Prix during the day, a black one. So Grant thought, these guys are running a high 12 as well. We just ran a high 12. Let's call them out. Let's put 40 bucks on it. So Grant made a bet with the guys, 40 bucks. We said, all right, Grant, you're making the bet. You get in the car, you're driving.
Nuts. Shit.
There's no careful in this.
Got some nuts now.
All right.
All right, we've got 3/4 of the Grand Prix and 4/5 of the Grand Prix. The boosted jack.
So the light goes, Grant trees him. For a split second, we think we've got him. And Grant gets so much wheel hop, the camera shakes, breaks the front axle, we're done. So Adam and his buddies get the win. They get Grant's 40 bucks. They deserved it. We're calling them back out in 2016 at the next Junkyard Wars race. Hopefully we'll get our 40 bucks back.
You're breaking on your money race.
Well, let's see. First, I got a 15.
Yeah.
Then I lost $40 in a money race because I broke the car because I'm a shitty driver. So
Oh, man,
it's been an awesome day.
It was its time to break. That's what race cars do.
That is true.
My favorite part was watching our car be built over the weeks and showing up at the track and realizing there's 70 other teams with stories just like ours of building a piece of crap cars in their garages, trying to get them to run, to make it to the track and have a day of fun. It's the most fun I've had at the track in years, all in a $500 car. So get some friends, buy a cheap car, leave it alone, or put some nitrous on it, put a turbocharger on it. Come get some of the 3/4 Grand Prix, because we'll be out in 2016.
Worst appearing car, Marquee Mark. Anybody who's gonna put flowers and pictures of Marquee Mark on their car deserves something. Now you got duct tape to cover all that up.
And the average of our 5 runs was a 14.2, which put us in 5th place. Not good enough for any trophies, but we still had a blast.
Let it cool for a second, it'll fire back up. Oh, man.
So we're gonna have 4 of these things next year. We've already got sponsors interested in making this a point series, upping the money a little bit, adding some more awards, because why the hell not? It's a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for coming out, spending the day in the cold with us, and we look forward to seeing you guys back. Have a great Christmas, good New Year. We'll see you guys in 2016. Thank you so much.